Hello everybody and welcome to Monday, April 1st. So how are we all doing today? So Arab leaders seek a UN resolution to recognize Syrian control of Golan. Oh yeah. We're still talking about Golan Heights, people. But the Arab leaders want the UN Security Council to pass a resolution against the US decision to recognize Israeli control of Golan Heights. These Arab leaders canceled their meeting in Tunisia and have been throwing away the long-lasting rivalries between Arab states. Temporarily, at least. They normally meet in Tunisia to have discussions concerning their state of being and how they treat each other. And Tunisia is relatively neutral. Actually, you can film a lot of movies there. All of the Tatooine scenes in Star Wars, for instance, were filmed in Tunisia because it's politically stable and neutral. So there's not really much chance of a spontaneous war breaking out. That's long-lasting rivalries between Arab states, are being tossed away, and they're all pretty much all putting their weight behind Palestine. This decision was come when they instead had a meeting in the currently non-Arabic Iran. And they're supporting Palestinians against Israel. They are quoted as saying, "We, the leaders of the Arab countries, gathered in Tunisia, express our rejection and condemnation of the United States' decision to recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan." A quote from Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul-Gheit. Ahmad Abul-Gheit said that Arab leaders would be presenting a resolution draft to the UN Security Council, as well as seeking the legal opinion of the International Court of Justice concerning the United States decision. The Golan Heights region was annexed in 1981. People were violently removed from their homes by the Israeli military on the idea that Golan was actually part of Israel. Trump signed a resolution affirming this idea, meaning Trump is, by the end of the day, is becoming more and more Zionist. Ugh. But the Arab states made a final statement saying that they would give Israel peace in exchange for withdrawal from all territory seized during the 1967 war, which includes the Golan Heights. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres agrees, stating that any resolution to the Syrian conflict must guarantee the territorial integrity of Syria, including the occupied Golan Heights. And the Golan Heights is a very strategic position. So, yeah. I've actually looked at the map via Google Maps and searching the image on DuckDuckGo. And I've also looked at images on DuckDuckGo of how the occupation was carried out. A few houses were actually shelled. It was a whole big military operation. And the position of the Golan Heights makes very easy military access to Syria. And with the way Israel has been treating Syria lately, if you put two and two together, you can almost see a pattern here. A pattern emerges that suggests that they took Golan for the purpose of being able to more easily attack Syria. Much like when Russia annexed the Crimean Peninsula, so they might have a similar intent for the Ukraine. In fact, now that I think about it, the two are so similar that I think an equally similar plan is about to be carried out. Both Putin and Netanyahu probably have plans to conquer their neighbors. Oh, but the United Nations wouldn't let Israel just take Syria like that, right? Which is why they aren't doing it directly. A lot of their activities against Syria lately have been very either stealthily hidden or well disguised behind an excuse of some kind. Like, attacking Muslim terrorists were coming through Syria, through tunnels, even though there were no actual tunnels ever found. But they cleverly used that as an excuse. They're using indirect methods to get away with the launching attacks on civilian positions like airports and such. Like that recent attack towards the airport in Damascus, which the Syrians responded by launching missiles. Or no, they deflected a missile attack. This would be Israel's little game, this little scheme. They probably see Syria, the entire area of Syria, as being a part of Israel, and they just want to take it. That would be my opinion of the situation, and that the Golan Heights is a strategic position. And since the UN won't let them take Syria, they'll just go around them. They'll use Golan as a stealth or a strategic attack platform. I really think that's the whole point. That is a sort of soft invasion of Syria. And they don't just want to annex Golan, they want to annex the whole damn thing. And I think Israel will push and push for it until they can't push anymore. Alternatively, you could say that that they just genuinely believe that it's part of that it really is part of Israel, and that they genuinely believe that there were terrorists coming through there, believing it without evidence. Personally, I think my scenario is far more likely. Because they're not stupid. They wouldn't just believe shit like that without evidence. They would at least try and forge evidence that there were terrorists coming through there. And they would at least try and forge evidence to make it look like Golan was part of Israel. So, it just seems to me like my scenario is probably the most likely. Anyway,